Good evening and greetings. Welcome to my Aisha Speaks Jade page. And I am doing a makeup live audio for Tuesday, December the 4th, 2018. I hope everyone is doing well this evening and staying warm, especially if you're in one of the colder states. So, this evening, I would like to speak to you about how any business can improve their branding strategy on a low budget. Again, how any business can improve their branding strategy on a low budget. And as always, before I start, I just want to make sure, hopefully you guys can hear me. I typically always check before I post out to make sure, because I want to make sure that you hear me and get the content that I'm speaking of. And I like to thank those in advance that may be joining me live, or if you're going to join in on the replay, which will be available shortly after. So let's jump right into it. So spending on brand marketing and public relations is not always easy to estimate. In addition, sales, promotion, and costing are not necessarily the classic core competencies of many business owners, as many come from backgrounds that have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with business administration. Therefore, when creating a brand strategy on a budget, there are many resources that can be utilized for success. It's no doubt that many business owners want to spend as little money as possible on brand development, especially those that are startups. This may be due to financial restraints that make budget planning a challenge. But how do you set up a well-rounded brand marketing plan and budget quickly and efficiently? Gives you something to think about. If you are running a branding campaign with a low budget, these are some of the tips that will help you pull your business along a financially safe path. So, the first one would be resourceful. Resourcefulness is the ability to find a way to achieve your goals when a little direction is available. It requires finding quick and clever ways to overcome difficulties. To market your brand, you need to be resourceful, and you will also require the self-discipline to give you the belief that you can achieve great success. Seek ways of identifying and overcoming obstacles and challenges within your organization. Use your resourceful skills to create innovative solutions in getting deals, gaining followers, and growing sales to move your company forward. Resourceful people ask themselves the following questions. And that is, do I use the resources at my disposal? Do I use the resources within or around my organization to find ways to succeed when there are shortcomings? Do I see obstacles or setbacks and take them as mere temporal challenges? And how do I employ resourcefulness in tackling these obstacles? The second would be understand yourself. The basic concept of branding is having a proper understanding of yourself and focusing such understandings towards developing your brand. You are a vital part of your branding strategy. The better you understand your value, goals, visions, the better the chances of your branding coming out successful. Your brand speaks better of you. So try to discover what drives you and gives you the inspiration to come up with ideas that are unique and worth introducing to the global market. The process of making your brand stand out from other brands in your line of service should be taken into serious consideration, as you have many others to compete with. So yes, what you do, a lot of times, a lot of other people are doing it. And you have to brand and market yourself out there like what makes your product or service different, what makes your product or service stand out from those other products or services that may be just like yours or similar to yours. So yes, understanding yourself. 3, your business needs good branding. Your brand should be unique and outstanding, yet very simple, and should encompass choosing a unique name, logo, or slogan. Marketing your brand doesn't mean you need to invest with a huge sum of money. Good branding means giving your customers a finished product that will make them to further their interest in the business, in your business. One very important part of branding is the logo. The logo is the facial identity of your product. It speaks about your product and is the visual representation of your business. It should be unique and be able to convey a message about your product. Logos can be created personally to save cost of employing a professional. So I can definitely relate, like a good logo definitely draws attention to your product or service that you're offering. It's like you're almost like once you reel them in with that logo for your product or service, that it's like, okay, from there we got them in. Now what's the next step to keep them interested in what you do, right? And then once you get them there to that, then keep like, how can we continue to keep them coming back to you? 4, explicit content marketing. Explicit content marketing. Content marketing is the creation of images, videos, and other forms of media to present the brand in front of potential customers. Having strong content marketing will enable your brand to reach potential customers through several different platforms and mediums. By using copyright-free content or by creating your own, you can create attractive marketing material, which can be used to boost your brand reputation on and offline. Google requires good content to ensure that your website is more visible. A strong online presence and coherent brand is essential. It is your job, okay? It is your job to create content that is attractive, pleasing to view, and attractive to the demographic of their audience. And I have to say, yes, learning as I continue to go in this business collectively as well as my own personal, the demographic of your audience. Not everybody is going to receive it. You have to figure that out, like what is the demographic of who is attracted to what your product and your service. So I definitely get that. Along with that logo, having great content marketing. It is important to always bear in mind the demographic of your audience, which can be the age, the gender, price point, and etc. when making a desirable content. So make sure you keep that as a factor. Number 5, collaborate with others. And I know that can be extremely difficult if you ever tried to collaborate or network and it didn't go so well, and you tried it again and it didn't go so well. I know that can be a challenge. So let's see what great tips can be offered. So forming collaborations with organizations similar to your brand is another way of creating brand awareness for your business. Seek out partners who share thoughts and ideas similar to yours. Share and seek new ideas as well. As a partner, both sides can bring fresh topics to the table, as well as learn some new facts and findings that are beneficial in developing their brands positively. Partners with a bigger brand than yours help to serve as mentors to your growing brand, and they can also help get you referrals. As many customers are open to other purchases, they seek for something new to try out. So therefore, it will be a better idea to seek a partnership with an already established brand where your brand can be discovered and for which you have a shared audience interest. Ensuring, of course, that there is no conflict of interest between the two brands. Have to absolutely make sure that that happens, that there's no conflict of interest. The partnership can also give you exposure and bring awareness to your product or service. It can enhance your following and improve your brand through the sharing of ideas from experts who share the same purpose or thoughts. The sharing of knowledge and ideas about marketing your brand doesn't cost anything. Networking is absolutely free. Sharing of ideas gives your inspiration as a result of the shared successes from other like-minded individuals in your networking circle or networking niche. 6, use email marketing. The vast majority of people have an email address. It is one of the easiest avenues to pass information across. With little budget, you can start an emailing list for your contacts and get your customers to subscribe to your newsletters. You can also send promotions on your products to redirect them back to your website. Mail shots, MAILSHOTS, all one word, mail shots can also assist you with sending adverts or updates about your products to your customers. So if you love blogging, why not send details about your latest products or services, or simply great expert insight to engage your audience? To do this, you will need to optimize your mailing list by creating a customized email identity to give your brand a professional look. And lastly, number 7, know where to find your audience. The type of product and service associated with your brand will determine your target audience. You need to determine where you want to meet them and focus on how to get them to your website. The marketing campaign you choose to use should be conveyed through a medium where your target audience normally hangs out. So for instance, a brand that targets under 25 should focus on using social media platforms such as Instagram, which is popular with a younger audience. They are, most definitely, but a lot of individuals that are over 25 are really a lot on Instagram, but I do get the for instance. So once you get your audience, it's also important to get feedback from your audience about your brand. You need to be truthful with yourself and those you communicate with to gain trust from your customers. And also, a side note, piggybacking off of the under 25s on Instagram, you'll find a lot of the under 25s or those that are in that millennial age group that they just love the internet because they're always on it and they are very savvy about social media platforms and other resources. So utilize that, people that are not in the millennial age range, utilize it, okay? It's great tools and resources. So again, once you get your audience, it's also important to get feedback from your audience about your brand. You need to be truthful with yourself and those you communicate with to gain trust from your customers. Try to build a rapport and ask them for feedback about your product and services. This allows you to know areas you need to improve upon. So please don't think just because you're getting constructive feedback doesn't mean everybody is out to get you or everybody is just, trying to put you down, because that's not the case. There are decent people, customers, that give constructive feedback. Take it as a good thing to improve on your business. Try to build that rapport for the feedback about your products and services, okay? This allows you to know areas you need to improve upon. So the process of branding is dynamic and constantly needs to be assessed. Marketing is a mutual satisfaction between producers and consumers. If you are satisfied financially from profits through sales, your customer also needs to enjoy the value for their money. Build a trust that will make them support you and speak positively about your products. So we all know if you have a bad product or service, that word of mouth that gets out is dangerous, okay? You do something and a customer is not satisfied and they start running their mouth, that word of mouth, nobody will not want to be bothered with you. And of course, on the flip side, if you bring something to the table, a good product or service, and your customer is satisfied, again, that word of mouth, they will tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, okay? And it will just go around. And next thing you know, you are having more customers. So where possible, get them to share their feedback about you and your brand in writing, video, or social post. So for instance, I don't have paparazzi, but for instance, if let's just say you sell the paparazzi jewelry, right? Make sure, have them take a picture of that jewelry that they're wearing. Send it to you on your business page. Also, make sure that they're on their business page with it, saying who they bought it from, how satisfied they are with you and your product. Ask them if they can do a brief video, so that can be on social media, and or they can write about it too. Like if you have like that comment box or that feedback box, something like that, and they can speak about your jewelry and who you are as an individual as well. People see that, and that draws more people. So again, that's bringing in potential customers, or if you have a service, clients for you as well. And always be genuine about who you are. You have to gain people's trust, because if a person feels like they can't trust you, you might as well forget about it. That word of mouth is powerful. So again, make sure that you can get feedback about you and your brand, either in writing, video, or social posts. Let it be all three. The ultimate aim is not to great customers, but to raving fans. Okay? Raving fans. You want people to be like, damn, like Jade was everything. You just gotta go to her for her products or services. So I was just using me as an excuse. Not an excuse, please, never an excuse. Using me as an example, one of those for instance. So that is the end of this conversation that I had with those tools. And I'm just going to go back and just just let you know I spoke about being resourceful. What resourceful people ask themselves in the following questions, which is, do I use the resources at my disposal? Do I use the resources within or around my organization to find ways to succeed where there are shortcomings? Do I see obstacles or setbacks and take them as mere temporal challenges? And how do I employ resourcefulness in tackling these obstacles? Those are the questions you might want to ask yourself. 2 was understand yourself. 3, your business needs good branding. 4, explicit content marketing. 5, collaborate with others. 6, use email marketing. I'm sure there's several email marketing resources out here, but the one that I spoke of briefly that I mentioned is MailShots, MailShots. And 7, know where to find your audience. And once you find them and you have a customer or client, have them speak about your services or product in writing, video, and social post. So thank you so much for listening to that. That was awesome for me as well. And I hope that it was awesome for you. I hope that you got some tips or gems or resources, however you guys want to say it, just as long as it was good content. I would like to invite each and every one of you to join and like my social media platforms, which I am, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can reach me under Aisha Speaks Jade. Again, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So my YouTube channel, you can like and subscribe and keep updated on everything. As far as my other platforms, you can like them, join them, listen to them, share them, support them, as I do quite a few people on social media platforms. So share that love back. Make sure you always do self-care while you're doing these things. Don't forget self-care, people, okay? Self-care is very necessary. Not an option. Don't think about it. Just do it. Like Nike say, just do it. Just do it. Take care of yourself. Do self-care. When you're feeling down, having those negative self-talks, feeling like you want to give up, that's it, you can't do it no more, go in that self-care toolbox that you have created for you. That self-care toolbox is only for you. It's not for anyone else. Go in there, get recharged, rebooted, refreshed. And worst case scenario, let's just say all else fails, you can start over again. That's how I see it. You can start over again. There are so many people that have failed with their business ideas, and they got up and they brushed off and they overcame those challenges and they started over again. Each and every one of us has a story. I promise you we do. Each and every one of us has a story. We have our good days. We have our challenges. It's all in the mindset how we're going to deal with it, because that's life situations. There is nothing perfect. We are not perfect human beings. We try to be the best selves that we can be, most of us. But we're going to go through things in our own life as well as in our jobs or our own businesses. So it's all in the mindset how we choose to handle it and come out of it and push forward. Take care of the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Again, self-care and self-awareness. Know your worth and your value. Create your happiness and create your greatness. Love yourself. That's a big one. Love yourself. And it means starting within, inner self first. Go for your goals. And with that, always remember to have gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation. Okay? With that being said, peace and love to each and every one of you. Namaste and Ashe.